Alright, so I am, it's noon, past noon, 12:08 or 12:09, and I have a doctor's appointment at 1:30, because if you follow the other videos where I had this contact dermatitis, irritation, my eyes start swelling up and getting crusty, and like I have on my ears, like I have a bit on my neck, like I have now, like crotch, jock itch, whatever. So it's propagated everywhere, and I need to get some cream, so I have to go to the doctor to do that, and I'm a little worried because that stuff thins your skin, but I always it keeps coming back. It's been decades. And the one in my ear, it's just a little crack. It never gets 100% better. And I lotion it up a lot, and it keeps coming back. So gotta ask some more information, see what the frequency is. It'll probably be a lifetime thing, off and on. But I had another Buddhist meeting yesterday, and I have one tomorrow and Sunday on different topics. But I came home late, and I went to bed an hour or two late. But I decided to change my schedule because of the guy who brought me into the Buddhism, and he leads most of the meetings. That the first thing I get up in the morning, I still get up at 5, which I did today. I set the alarm. I got up at like 5:37. But I decided to get up. I was exhausted because I didn't have enough sleep, and I decided to do the chanting. I did it for about a minute and a half, and then I went to the bathroom, and I went back to bed. And I'm like, I'm not putting the alarm on. So I woke up at 10. And knowing that I have my appointment at 1:30, I had to get ready. And I'm punishing myself for that. I'm going to get up at 5 regardless how much sleep I have, and then go back to sleep. Unless I feel good, then I'll stay up. To get into the habit of that's the first thing you do in the morning, and that's the time you get up in the morning. I'm trying it. I mean, I'm punishing myself because now my whole day's screwed over. I can't go to the gym. I'm not going to go after my doctor's appointment. Hopefully I'll do some cardio on the stairs and then do some other work, but it really bothers me. But on the other hand, I get to do other things that I haven't thought about, random things. Took more time to wash my hair. Found another shampoo in my cupboard that I get to use. Like, I get to see the little things that when I'm in a rush, I always have my go-tos because I have a routine. But now that I'm off routine, my mind opens to little things. The other day I cleaned the whole floor because I had the guy coming over, and I cleaned the floor of the kitchen area. Doesn't look like it's clean, but the stove doesn't look clean, but I moved the stove and I cleaned all this crap behind it and the walls behind it, and that took a long time as I was working out. So I get to do things like that. The problem is it's not in my schedule, and I only do stuff like that when it's a day that I effed up. That I'm tired and I say, F it, I'm going to stay home, or that I wake up too late, or that I have an appointment somewhere so I can't go and I have to change my day. And the issue is, I don't mind doing that, but I mind doing that now because I'm not making an income from what I'm doing. So I'm punishing myself that I'm putting myself first instead of trying to make an income. But I am trying to make an income, but I have to take care of myself. And I was walking to the metro home from with the guy from Buddhism, and he keeps asking me questions, and I feel bad. It's what he does, but I keep feeling bad, and I have to answer truthfully. But I have shame when I'm answering that, like, this isn't helping me yet. I'm not saying this isn't helping me, but it's as politely as I can say, like, I don't have my shit together when it comes to this Buddhism working for me. And I told him I said haphazardly, I feel guilty that I missed a day or whatever, and he says, you shouldn't. You know, he says all that stuff. It's all stuff that you know, but, you know, I feel guilty that I missed a day. He said that I should, you know, he's asking me if is things still going well? How are things going with your putting together the businesses online and stuff? And I said, well, I'm not making money yet. I'm not making money at all. I don't, you know, I'm living off savings and whatever's left, and I'm not looking at my mail. I'm not looking at anything. Like, it's like waiting for the inevitable, right? And, you know, he says you should pray, you know, get up, make that the first thing you do in the morning, pray, and write down the objectives you want for your business. I want this, I want this, I want this, and pray for that. So my attempt was getting up and at least trying to get into the habit of getting up, and the first thing I do, even before opening my phone, is to do the prayers, and then the rest, or the chanting, and then and then you're free after that. So that was my attempt today. So there's no other answer except keep doing what I'm doing, you know what I mean? But when I talk to my psychologist, I always feel like I'm always doubting myself. I don't know if you've ever been to a psychologist, but it's like he's like the devil's advocate. So like I bring in my first schedule, and he's like, you don't have any time for socializing. I'm like, I don't even have time to finish what I'm doing for business. And that's more important. He's like, well, you gotta do, you know, you gotta have a balance. I'm like, how? You know, the only time I do a balance is when I can't do the business and I feel like crap, I'll switch it over. It'd be like a spontaneous day, oh. And I don't know if that's right or wrong. The thing is, it's gotta be in accordance with my values and how I feel about it. But I don't know how I feel about it. You know, I'm not going out socializing, I'm not making friends at the Buddhist place. I mean, I see the people, but it's like, you know. And there's nothing else I like to do except go to the gym. I talk to people there. This one guy I started talking to in Spanish because he just moved here from Mexico. And he's cute. But aside from that, like real friends or whatever, there's not other things I like. There's not anything else I like to do except stay home and work on the business and build that. So it's a conundrum. Is that what you call it? So. The psychologist gave me a number to now start with group meetings at a different place. I thought it was with the healthcare unit that I was with, but it's a separate entity. It's a separate company. I didn't call yet. I'll probably call the day of my psychologist appointment because that's how I do it. Don't want to think about things right now. I'm thinking about going to the doctor now. But I was going to meetings on Thursday evenings and I stopped going because my psychologist pointed out to me that I'm going there to try to make friends and stuff. It's a group meeting on affirmation, asserting yourself. And I don't like anyone there. I feel uncomfortable, even though the first time I felt good, but then after the second meeting I felt bad, and I'm like, I'm not even going there to learn how to do that. You know, I have a psychologist and I have to work on it on my own anyways. So in that group meeting, it's just like, my goal is not the right goal. If you're going there to make friends, it's not the right goal. So I said I'm not coming to the meeting. But I didn't say I wasn't coming to this one or the other ones, I'm just not going to show up. And that's it, it's kind of over. And that's how I finish a lot of things. You know, it does take a time for me to realize it. Is it in accordance with... Is this still on? Yep. Okay. In accordance with what I want. And I need my time, you know. I'm already going to these Buddhist meetings. And that's it. Though I did have a good time with the guy on Sunday. It was nice. I went to bed late, but I was okay with it. And I actually woke up pretty early, so then I had to go to the gym yesterday because I didn't have a reason to stay home with less sleep. So what I learned, what I know, and this is the same thing with Buddhism, that's what people are talking about. Sometimes something happens, like the guy comes over, and I'm not anxious about going to bed early and getting work done and stuff. It just clears my mind. Same thing with Buddhism. If you read you study, because it's based on studying, practice, and discipline. And sometimes you'll study something and you'll learn something and it'll kind of clear your mind, and it'll open your mind to like not be anxious about something that stops you from doing other things, and then you kind of move forward from there. So Buddhism, and actually me living my life the way I do, I kind of realize it in all those aspects. But I don't have the formula to get to that, you know. So in the meantime, I punish myself. And people in the Buddhist meeting, I understand that they do that too. There's things that happen. So there's no answer, and that's what kind of, I don't know, bothers me, I guess. It's so unknown, I don't know how every day is going to be. And you have to live your day the best you can and not punish yourself, and live your best life, live your best life, right? It's so 2019. 2018 actually. But that's how it is. I've gotten over certain hurdles with working out. Like I'll do cardio here if I'm home. I managed to help certain nagging injuries improve a bit, changing techniques, changing like those little things that people don't pay attention to, I pay attention to. Treating my hair certain ways so I don't have to keep trimming it so it doesn't break off. Those they may sound like superficial things, but they're all intertwined, I guess, in the spirituality of paying attention to my body and not adapting with my processes so that I can move forward slowly. And I guess the same thing with online, you know. It is moving forward, I'm just not making money off it yet. And I haven't gone back to my editing for the other channel. because I keep piling on the tasks that I need to do, and it just gets too much, you know. So then you have to prioritize, and then you have to be okay with not doing something for a while. And that's where I punish myself. But I'm rambling now. So I'm drinking tea because I don't have much pre-workout left, and I won't be able to go to the place to get it at cost. Someone referred me. So I decided to take the tea that I have and boil a big pot and start using that. So that's another opportunity. Instead of hooking onto one thing, find the alternatives when you need it. It'll do the same effect. So I don't have to pay money for pre-workout. I will anyways, because there's a certain convenience to it, but I can make a big pot of tea and then pour it and use it as a pre-workout when I need it. So those are good things, you know? They're great things. I'm able to come up with alternatives, and I'm not anguishing over, oh my god, I'm missing this, I'm missing that. Even with my hair, if I'm missing a certain product, I know how to use other products. I always have it in my head that if I ever go to prison, or I'm ever on a stranded island, or I go to visit another country that I can't bring what I'm used to, that I can adapt and it'll be okay. And that's how I kind of base my life, and those are good things that I'm able to do that. But it bothers me that things are disrupted, and yeah. So enough of the rambling. That's it.